I remember sitting in a meeting. I had done the work. I had actually figured out the problem. The one the team had been spinning on for weeks. And when I walked everyone through it, I could feel the room shift. People were nodding. Someone said, "That's exactly it." And I felt good, like, finally. But then my boss was quiet. Not really the kind of quiet that means they're impressed. It's the other kind. And after that meeting, something seems different. Nothing dramatic, really. No confrontation. Just cooling. Less eye contact. And then my name started coming up less in conversation I used to be in. I didn't understand it then. I thought I had done everything right. There's a version of ambition that punishes you for being good at what you do. Not because your work is wrong, but because of who is in the room and when you do it. And nobody really tells you that part. Today I want to talk about one rule I learned, really the hard way. This rule changed how I move at work. It comes from a book. And once I understood it, I really couldn't unsee it. There's a book called 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And this book really has gave me so much in terms of my career development. The first law of this book is to never outshine the master. When I first read that, I thought, that's cynical. That can't be how it actually works. But then I remembered about that meeting. Here's what I had missed, really. My boss isn't just evaluating my work. He's evaluating what my work says about him. And when I walked into that room and resolved the problem he didn't solve, I didn't just look capable. I made him look like the person who missed it. And really, I didn't mean to do that. It didn't matter what I didn't mean to be honest. At the end of the day, every human has ego. Your boss is not exempt from that. The smarter and more talented you are, the more carefully you have to move around the fact. Once I understood that, I started doing something different. I remember noticing our reporting process was a mess. It was costing the team hours every week and nobody was fixing it. Now the old me would have just gone and fixed it and sent it out. But instead, I walked into my boss's office and said, "Hey, I was looking at how we're pulling these reports. I had a thought, but I wanted to run it by you first." And guess what? He loved it. 2 weeks later, he's presenting the new process to the director like it was his initiative. I'm sitting in the third row, and I'm not gonna lie, that really stung a little. But 3 months after that, when a senior role opened up, he put my name in the conversation without me asking. That had never happened before. Because what I was actually doing was making my boss look good. And the boss who looks good because of you starts to see you differently. Not as a threat, as an asset. As someone they want to bring with them. And that is when things started moving. Now, some of you are already thinking, what if my boss is just taking credit and has no intention of ever pulling me up? Well, that happens. And it happened to me. I had a manager once who ran the same place every time. Take the idea, take the credit, smile at you in the hallway like everything was fine. But then I waited. I kept making him look good. I kept thinking, eventually, this is going to pay off. Well, guess what? It didn't. A year in, someone external got the promotion, and I had been working towards that promotion. My manager didn't say a word to me about it. And, well, that was the moment I stopped waiting and started looking. I was out within 6 months. There are bosses who will take everything you give them and leave you exactly where you are. And the honest answer to that situation is not a strategy. Really, it's a decision. When that happens to you, man, just move. Find another department. Find another company, even. Really, what you need to do is you need to find a boss who is at least half decent. Someone who, when they win, has some instinct to bring their people with them. I know that's hard to hear if you've been somewhere for a long time. I get that. But let me tell you something. Staying in a room where the game is rigged doesn't make you patient. It just makes you stuck. There are no other way to go. Here's the thing that I had to sit for a while. This is not about being less than you are. It's about understanding where you actually are. Most people think career progression is about proving yourself to the room, and it's not. It's about making the person above you feel secure enough to trust you with more. The goal was never to win the meeting. The goal was to move up. Those are two different games. And I was playing the wrong one for a long time. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I still catch myself wanting to be the smartest person in the room sometimes. That instinct doesn't go away. It's just built in. And I still don't always know where the line is between making your boss look good and making yourself invincible. I myself haven't figured that part out completely. But I know this. Playing chess at work is not the same as being fake. It's just being awake to how the game actually works. And that's the part they don't put in the job description.